What the heck there? My video slowed down there for a second. I was like, what's going on? Hello, everyone. Happy Monday morning. It is March 20th. And as we do every single Monday, I bring another female of a member of the LEAP community forward to be interviewed, talk all about how she did it, what is happening in her life, and things that she's overcome to get her where she is today, for her to be able to serve the community as she does. Nichole Banks, welcome to the show this morning.
Yay!
Now,
Happy Monday. Thank you.
Now, I know you're a life coach, and you really believe that our thoughts control our outcomes, and you've gone through a lot of this in your life. And I just think we are powerful beings. Exactly what we are truly committed to is where we drive our results. So I would love to hear a little bit about what happened that you got to this point now where you're serving women as a life coach. What happened in your life?
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And I just love this platform. I'm newer to it, so I'm thrilled to be here. Realistically, it was a time in my life where I was going through so much. And one of the things that we do as women is we do all of the things because we say yes to everything, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I can handle my dad's funeral because he died of pancreatic cancer. Yes, I can go through a divorce of 14 years after 14 years of dealing with infidelity and not being good enough and not feeling good enough, right? Yes, I can become an empty nester as my daughter's getting ready to go to college. All the yeses were happening except for the ones that I needed for myself. So not saying yes to myself, not putting myself first, not putting myself in the front of the stove. You know, we always do it in the back burner, right? So what really happened in my late 30s, all of those things that I just said yes to really transpired. I lost my dad to pancreatic cancer. I went through a terrible divorce. I left my daughter left to go to college. All of these things just started adding up. And I didn't find the time to say yes to myself. And so realistically, I started just burying myself, right? Showing up to say, oh, how are you doing without your husband? Oh, I'm fine. Oh, how are you doing without, your dad? Oh, I'm fine. Right? All the things. And unfortunately, what I did is I lost myself. I felt like I was imprisoned. I felt like I was really in between these four walls of like, how do I get out my front door? How do I get back to feeling good again? How do I get back to being happy?
Yeah.
How do I do all of these things? And realistically speaking, I didn't know. I just didn't know. I also felt an embarrassment that if I had to ask for help, then I'm weak, that I'm not that strong person, that strong persona that everybody thought I was.
Yeah.
So my thinking, of course, my circumstances were, listen, you're on your own now. You don't have a dad to lean towards. You don't have a husband to lean towards. You don't have a child to, hey, let's go get ice cream to make it all better, right? So I did a lot of drinking. I did a lot of gambling. I did a lot of things. And the thing that I did probably that was most important is that I lost myself being in self-imprisoned. So those feelings led to actions, and my actions were either day drinking all day, right? And or being in bed all night. So I really didn't get anything done, which led me to the results of doing nothing. And being in this funk and being in this crazy mindset that I cannot do it all. And yet I thought I could. So where did that lead me to? Well, it led me down a horrible rabbit hole of sadness and depression and loneliness and non-companioned and all the things, right? And I ended up losing my ethics, my standards, my morals, all the things that I was raised with. And I did something that I ended up serving time for. So my self-imprisonment ended up leading behind bars.
Wow.
I served 20 months in a women's correction facility. I lost everything.
So your thoughts really did control your outcomes. Absolutely.
It is the craziest thing. I don't know if you all are into human design, but I'm a Manny generator, a manifestor generator, and I manifested that However, I needed the help. This is truly what helped me.
Yeah.
So losing everything yet finding myself is what really empowered me to make it make sense. And listen, here's the thing. It's one of those things that if you've got leadership skills in you, you've got leadership skills in you, no matter where you are. Because I literally was
Yeah.
stripped of everything. They got to choose everything that I needed, right? Whether it was my clothes, my food, the time I slept, the time I worked out, all the things was controlled by something and someone, right?
Yeah.
You're in prison. You're literally out of their mercy or on their, you've,
Yeah, it is not your freedom and your time
no,
anymore. It's
no,
based
you've
on
lost everything.
yeah.
Now, fast forward 20 months, 16 days and 4 hours, and you're stepping out of that and you go into your back to your community and you feel everything else. You feel the shame, the guilt, the embarrassment. You have nothing to offer. You don't even have a job yet. Can you get a job? I mean, all the things, right? So one of the things that I have been able to instill and continue to do is personal development. I do 10 minutes a day. I have OCD and ADHD. So I am squirrely all over the place, but I'm hyper focused when it comes to me now.
Mm.
And I say yes to me before I'll do yes to anything else. So this morning, as I'm meditating and doing my yoga and doing my daily journal, I have found comfort in who I am today. So I'm a public speaker, and one of my most recalled speeches is literally, "Your past doesn't define you."
Yeah.
As I work with women individually and in a group setting, and I'm announcing a retreat coming in Carefree, Arizona in May. Oh, you put it on the link down
I
below
was
so
just
I
gonna
see
say,
it.
tell us what you unlocked means. So
Mm.
I want to mention this. Most women don't realize when we're blocking ourselves and putting ourselves in this cage that the handle's been on the inside the entire time. All we
Entire
had to do
time.
was walk out of it, but it's like punishment, imprisoning for punishment reasons, because maybe we didn't get the job we wanted, or we weren't the best mom we thought we could have been, or we didn't
Or the
get
best wife,
everything
or
right,
the best wife,
everything done. Yeah,
right?
I've
The
been
best
divorced as
spouse.
well. I
Yes.
totally understand that. So you unlocked is really a great premise. Talk us through that.
Yeah, so it literally is, we hold the keys. We personally hold the keys. Now, everybody's scenario is going to be different because of their culture, or because they're the religion, or because the way they were brought up, or the experiences they've had, or maybe they haven't had X, Y, and Z to make it make sense for them, whatever the case may be. But it is exactly that. Envision the
Mhm.
cage, right? I always think of a cage like a shark, like a shark cage, right? You know how you
Mhm.
can see through the metal steel bars and all the things. But realistically, listen, I'm telling you what, I'm out if I need to be. You know,
Yeah.
I'm literally physically, mentally out. I will check out if I need to be. But here's the thing. When we think of the keys and you holding them to yourself, it really is the mindset.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not reinventing the wheel. No one is. I'm just sharing my experience on what I needed to do. When
Yeah.
you think about what you're doing in prison, you hear it, you see it, you smell it, you taste it. Everything is about that, right? And the only thing you can't be removed from is your thoughts. So it's either going to be like every single day. Now, listen, I am sharing something with you that I thought was extreme key for me. No 2 bad days, period. No 2 bad days, because I'm going to have them. And the
Mhm.
minute you cry, the minute you're very vulnerable, and they will prey upon you. So holding strong and holding true to who I am, I would cry in the shower, right? I would be able to take the time to get it out in my workout and be frustrated. I would journal. I would do everything I possibly could to get all of the negative thoughts out and into something else, because I didn't want to hold them anymore.
Yeah.
That was one of the keys to my success, is being able to go, listen, all we have to do is change that thought process just a little bit. We're not asking you to create a miracle or, walk a fine line. We're literally just wanting you to tweak it just a little bit. And the minute you do that, you have a completely different calm about you. You have a completely different sense about who you are.
Yeah.
So this retreat, you unlocked women's retreat, mastering clarity and confidence. Because here's the thing about us, women in our generation, right? We have seen, we have lived, we've experienced. My past doesn't define me. That, believe it or not, March 17th was 15 years ago.
Wow.
15 years ago.
You've come a
So
long way in 15 years. Yeah.
absolutely. And here's the thing. I was a part of the community. I was a leader in the community. I did all the things that I was supposed to be doing or felt like I needed to be doing to make that make sense for my life at the time.
Mhm.
So when I came back, you really know who your friends are. You really know who's supporting you. And that's okay. If you don't have it, find it. Find your own. Make your own. Create
Yeah.
your own. Right?
Absolutely. So you guys can go to NicholeBanks.com/you unlocked to learn a little bit more about this retreat that she's having in May. I really honestly believe everyone needs to have a life coach. Like, you've just got to have somebody in your life, or a mastermind you're part of, or something that's holding you accountable, that's helping you, that's guiding you, that's giving you different perspectives that you can bounce ideas off of. It is so important to have someone in your life that can share that with you. And you do a lot of that on your podcast, right? Because you have guests. You talk about your podcast. I think everyone should download your podcast to
Yeah.
start.
So it's
Right?
so funny that you talk about accountability, because I'm actually rebranding and relaunching my podcast. It actually starts this month. So just to let you know, that link below will take you to prior to COVID. So I'm writing a book. The book is coming out. It's called The Second Act Formula: How to Thrive in Midlife. It is an amazing formula to do exactly what I am doing every day. But this podcast, when you click onto the podcast, you're going to hear the previous podcast. There's 48 amazing episodes. It's called My Accountability Partner, because that's exactly what we need in life. Listen, I even have a life coach. She rocks, and she helps me rock every single week. So what's interesting about what we do in life is we think we could do it all on our own. You don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. And I always use this really crazy visual with some of my clients, and that is holding two 20-pound bags of potatoes.
Mhm.
Right. And when we think of what that feels like, that's 40 pounds of extra weight. And like, right. So
Yeah.
one of the things that we are able to do is open one bag at a time and remove a potato. Right. And then all of a sudden your load feels so much lighter, and it just feels amazing. We've all lost 5 pounds, and we know how good that feels, or 10 pounds, and we know how good that feels. Imagine eliminating all of these eliminating beliefs and finding your special keys that are going to unlock you, because I think you're amazing. I think you deserve exactly what you want. Doesn't matter. Not my life. It's your life. You can live an amazing life too.
Yeah. Yeah. And for anyone out there that's hearing this or seeing this, it's not by mistake. And you need to ask yourself, when I wake up every day, do I feel like this is it? This is my life. I really do enjoy it. I am super happy. Or are you waking up every day and your thoughts are really going to how unhappy you are in your relationship, how unfulfilled you are in your life? I remember when I was not knowing where to shop for adult clothes, because I had been shopping with my kids for so long, and I was still eating fish sticks. And I woke up one day and thought, I'm listening to music that they listen to, shopping at stores that I would buy them clothes at, and I would just buy clothes there because we were there. And I'm eating food that was what they ate. And I'm like, what do I want? And when somebody asked me that question one time, I paused and just started crying.
Oh,
I didn't know what I wanted.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask everyone listening today, what do you want?
Yeah.
And if the answer is you don't know, you need a life coach. Everyone has one. I mean, Tony Robbins has a life coach. Mel Robbins has a life coach. Like, you all think that they are the life coaches, so they don't have them. But how do you think they got to where they are? It's because they decided, I want to do something with my life, but I don't have all the answers. And not always does a life coach, they're not there to have all the answers.
Nope.
They're there to help you find the answers.
Let's bring them out. Let's bring them out. That's exact. It's thought-provoking questions. It's creating the roadmap. It's holding you accountable. It's a shoulder to cry on. It's also something that a lot of people, and I feel like I always get my testimonials because we laugh a lot. And I feel like if someone is laughing, they are absolutely learning or enjoying themselves. And that's the emotion we need to plug in. Wow, I had such a great time. Well, that was a lot of fun. I would like to be a friend like you, or I'd like to find a friend like you. Guess what? This is what we do, right? My life coach always says life coaches are lifesavers. And I think because I truly think of her that way. I think she's a lifesaver, right? I've been working with her for 8 years and she's phenomenal. I just know that one of the things that I always take away every single time is that I'm still holding all the answers. I still have all the keys to unlock every single department in my life. And I can help pull those out of you as well.
Now, I have a couple of ways that people can connect with you. Obviously, it's live on LinkedIn. So we've tagged you on LinkedIn. They can connect with you there. Ms. Nichole Banks, they can find you on Instagram. Also on Facebook, they can find you as Nichole Banks 23 on Facebook. So you guys go look her up, go follow her. If anything, the reason why you want to connect with other people is for the easiest pieces that go like this. They're going to inspire and motivate you. They're going to say something one day that's going to catch you and you're going to say, wow, I never thought about it that way. You know, when someone asked me what I wanted, I'm sure in my past that's been a question, but in that moment, I was ready to find out, what did I really want? And for each one of you, if you are not feeling fulfilled in what you're doing, you can be fulfilled in what you're doing if you make the choice to choose that that's what you want. So you have to make the choice. No one can make the choice for you. And Nichole, you got to go check out her website, NicholeBanks.com. It's absolutely amazing. Jump on her newsletter so you guys can get connected with her, to be inspired by her, to be motivated by her. If you're having an event coming up, she's a great person to have and come and share her story of when she was incarcerated, how she got there, changed her life around and decided there's so much more to life. Not everyone makes the choice to turn their life around, but you can. And you might even be sitting as a high executive like I was in a company and deciding, I'm not happy. This isn't what I want. This isn't fulfilling me. Just because you're getting paid money doesn't mean that you're happy. So
absolutely. And I'm going to share something with you too. You have to remember, my life was good. It was a good life, meaning like I'm not coming from, you know, the trailer park around the corner, which no offense to anybody. If you are coming from the trailer park around the corner, good for you, right? I'm not judging anyone's position. What I'm saying is I literally was a woman in my community, a leader in my community, a very successful, doing all the things. And then all of a sudden, man, I tell you what, I just hit rock bottom and I did not reach out for help. Had I reached out for help and used my voice, the outcome may have been completely different. I'm the person that said, yes, I think I can do all the things. And behind the scenes, I was not doing all the things. And I was the one that was putting myself in the back burner, right? Not any longer. Not anymore. Trust and believe. I'm up front. I am leaping forward.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Nichole, thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. It's very powerful. Everyone just go connect, DM her on LinkedIn, follow her, leave her a comment on YouTube so she can see that, and let her know that you heard her. Let her know what impressed you. And Nichole, thank you again for taking the leap with the LEAP community, because that's what we do in our life. When we take the leap and we meet new women and we get surrounded by that love and that support and that commitment of people around us that are committed to help us succeed, that's when we thrive. So I hope each one of you are thriving in your lives. And if you're not, NicholeBanks.com is where you need to go to make that happen. So
thank you so much, Colleen.
Thanks again, Nichole, for being here. And to all of you, go crush your week and have a wonderful rest of your week. Let's close out in the next couple of weeks of March super strong, because in April we're going right into my birthday month.
Woohoo!
So you guys roll up. All right, bye-bye for now. See you, Nichole. Bye-bye.
Thank you.